Hi there, I'm Andy and welcome to my channel. If you saw the title of this video, you probably thought that it's a bit clickbaity. How this whole fad around SEC suing Binance and Coinbase can be in any way bullish for crypto. Well, I think that in the short term, yeah, this may result in a slightly bumpy ride, but in the long term, I think this is actually quite a bullish sign, and I will explain it all in a minute. As always, if you like those videos, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. And also, if you would like to learn more about crypto, please do check out my course, Crypto Like a Pro. You can find the link to that in the description. If you are into crypto, and if you're watching this video, I'm assuming you are, I'm sure you heard about this whole thing with SEC suing Binance first, and then shortly after that, Coinbase. The main issue here is that both institutions are apparently trading unregistered securities. And SEC claims that a lot of the tokens, including Matic, ADA, Cardano, Solana, and a few others, are considered securities. And this is, well, pretty much what's been in the crypto news for quite a while, right? There are multiple articles about it. But what I think is quite interesting here is the fact that SEC is showing that they want some more regulation in the whole crypto space, or that's what they're claiming that they want to do. But actually the way they're going about it is not providing any tools, any framework for that regulation, but instead trying to punish the companies which currently operate in this space. So if we look at this tweet from Brian Armstrong, the CEO of Coinbase, well, SEC actually reviewed Coinbase and allowed it to become a publicly listed company, allowed its IPO in 2021, only a couple of years ago. Also, there is no path to come in and register for any company who wants to trade crypto. There is no rule book issued by SEC or any other organization which would tell, okay, these are the requirements you need to meet. This is how. These are essentially the regulations. This is what you need to do in order to be compliant. So SEC is refusing to provide any rule book when it comes to crypto, but at the same time is punishing companies for not following their rules, which makes no sense, right? Because there are no clear rules published that could be followed. So, well, how can you punish someone for not following the rules? A lot of things don't really add up here. And personally, I'm not entirely sure what this is all about. I mean, there are a few theories floating around. I don't particularly want to mention any of them because, well, at the end of the day, they are just theories. But it's very clear that it's an orchestrated attack on crypto in the US. It's not a coincidence that suddenly SEC decided to sue two huge cryptocurrency exchanges. But at the same time, I don't necessarily think this is a bad thing long term. Like I said, short term, yeah, of course, there will be a lot of uncertainty. There will be a lot of people freaking out about it, although the market actually took it reasonably well. But long term, well, there is only really one sensible outcome I can see, and that's some sort of regulation framework around crypto. Can SEC make crypto disappear? It's extremely unlikely. First of all, SEC can only control United States. They have absolutely no impact on how crypto is traded, managed, and so on, or seen in any other country in the world. So basically, they will be just pushing crypto industry, if anything, out of the US to other countries, but they cannot ban it globally. They cannot stop it. So that's one thing. The second thing is that actually, if you look at other news, well, it's not all just about regulating and closing down crypto. If anything, there are certain organizations which are promoting it. For example, if you look at this article, and that's on Cointelegraph, but you can also find it on other websites. And in fact, you can find it on BIS own website. By 1st January 2025, or actually on January 2025, central banks will be allowed to hold 2% of their reserves in cryptocurrencies. So on one hand, you have something like this. And then on the other hand, this apparent goal of shutting down crypto in the US, right? I mean, two completely opposing things. So clearly, what SEC is doing at the moment, it's not just going to shut down the whole crypto space overall. And then you also have to look at other things. So only a couple of months ago, Nasdaq announced that they are planning to release in Q2 Bitcoin and crypto custody platform. And that's something that's been quite often heard here and there, that there are more and more companies planning to launch some form of crypto custody service. So the whole thing with SEC, I think it's not so much about shutting down crypto overall, but rather forcing people potentially, or at least some people, to buy crypto through certain service providers and to store crypto in various custodial wallets. So what they're trying to do is kind of trying to regulate it, but doing it in a really backwards way. Personally, I think long term this is not going to hold. I think it's completely pointless. But, well, you never know. I mean, short term things, like I said, can be quite bumpy. A lot will depend who else in the US government will support this whole thing. So it depends whether the next president of the US is going to be pro-crypto or against it. And finally, there's also one important thing to remember. The whole issue of crypto regulation, or what it may mean for the crypto space, has been widely discussed topic over the last at least year and a half, if not longer. And there is pretty decent argument that, well, actually, this may be already to a large degree priced in the current price of Bitcoin or most other crypto assets. Because it shouldn't really come to anyone as a surprise that sooner or later there will be some form of regulation around crypto. If anything, the only question is how exactly it's going to be handled, how it's going to be executed, and how different countries will approach it. But the fact that it's coming, well, that's not really a question. It's just a matter of when and how. So again, it's quite reasonable to assume that this is at least partially already priced in. So whatever will be the next bad news for crypto, I don't think that will cause a huge drop. I mean, of course, there may be some temporary price volatility, but I don't think it will collapse the market, because we are all kind of expecting it. It's just, yeah, we may not exactly know what will happen and when. So I think that's pretty much it from me for today. Sorry about the noise in the background. As always, if you have any comments or questions, please put them in the comment section. And other than that, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.